Greetings, people of intellect. This is my book review of Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, who is by far one of my favorite authors, not just because of his radical theories, but because of the meticulous evidence and detailed case scenario he uses to bring his theories to life. And Outliers has been my first encounter with Malcolm's work, and it's a pretty controversial piece of work because Malcolm's definition of outliers, which is everyone's definition, is the very extreme parts of the bell curve, but he focuses on the much more successful, the ultra successful members of society, the outliers of society, in the positive sense, like Bill Gates. He says that such a person is not the sole product of their own ambitions and hard work ethic. Rather, they germinated out of a very supporting community and a series of fortunate events that has had a tremendous role in their success and that we should not overlook. And the controversy about this view is, of course, that it strips us away from the idea of the self-made person. And it makes it almost seem like success is random, that you have to have a series of fortunate events for you to be successful. And that may be the case, but there's also a much more encouraging view or way of looking at it, which I think if we realize that such a person as Bill Gates spawned out of a very encouraging, supporting society or a community that encouraged his insatiable appetite for computers and software, then maybe we could create more of these communities that supports are just as supporting, and we would have a world of many more great men and women like Bill Gates and be much more advanced and have a much more rich and lively society than we do now. So that's, I think, what he's trying to get at is not say that success is random and that you can't aim for success without a series of fortunate events. He's saying that there's we're missing a lot of great people because we are overlooking this huge role that outside factors has on someone's success. The three major concepts that I took away from his book is, the first, the concept of a cumulative advantage effect, meaning that there could be a slight difference at the beginning. For example, let's say there's a classroom, an elementary or a kindergarten class of half the class being 8 to 9 months older than the second half. The first half may appear to be more intelligent, may receive better grades and better marks, and therefore more encouragement and positivity and positive reinforcement. And over the course of time, these students that are by no merit of their own just older than the other ones and therefore more cognitively developed, progress further because of the positive loop, and therefore by the end of high school they may be applying to Ivy League schools, whereas the others are struggling to graduate and figuring out what they want to do with their lives. So we should not overlook that. Rather, we can just have more classrooms that encourage students of the same cognitive abilities and by age, and then differentiate them later. The second major concept that I took away is the three qualities of fulfilling work, which are complexity, autonomy, and a direct relationship between effort and reward, which I think gives people the ability to create their own destiny, which you can't have, for example, at a job, because you can't work ad infinitum and feel like you're building your own destiny, where as an entrepreneur you can have that feeling of working maybe 100 hours a week, yet at the end of it you feel like your future is yours. So that was encouraging to me. The third concept that I took away is that Malcolm states that we personalize success too much, in the sense that we look at someone and say that they are successful, and I do this too, that they are successful because of their own merits, or they are unsuccessful because of their lack of ambition and therefore such things. But rather we should also not overlook the fact that maybe society has failed them, maybe a series of unfortunate events, even as brilliant and ambitious as they may be, has failed them, and they are not the sole products